This is Rocky Hall, and I'm still here at the Sacred Heart Camp, and I'm going to interview one of the medics that's here, and we are outside the medic tent, and that's all I'll show. So go ahead, young lady, with telling me who you are, what you're about, where you're from, and why you're here.
My name is Alas. I'm volunteering as a medic here, particularly with the Red Warrior Camp. And I got out here a couple weeks ago because a lot of my family was up here. A lot of my resistance family was up here. Folks that I know that have been putting in work and getting their hands dirty in this process of decolonization and in protecting sacred lands and protecting future generations. And this is, a skill that I have, training that I have that I can offer to make sure here in particular that, this is a long-term fight. We're here until the Dakota access pipeline is stopped. We're here to make sure that they don't put that in the ground and that the drilling doesn't occur here. And we'll continue to track them down and make sure that they don't do that, because it's not going to happen in Indian country. We're not going to set that precedent. So, what I'm able to offer is just to make sure that we have folks be healthy and strong while they're out here, because we don't have support from the state. We don't have support from tribal government out here. There was water tanks out here, and those were removed. There was several vans, several trailers from the Department of Health, and those were taken back because they were seen as being, threatened, even though this is specifically a nonviolent direct action camp. But people have different tolerances for what violence is. So some people are going to say that, stopping construction equipment from passing through is violent, and that's not my threshold. That's I think it's violent. I know that it's violent for them to attack the land and to destroy it and to jeopardize the future generations of the survivors of this ongoing genocide. There's Native people standing here strong, and it's extremely powerful. I feel an obligation to be here, and I'm honored to be here. So yeah, we're just, we've been amazed at how many people have been donating. Folks that can't be here in person have been sending through really crucial supplies, hygiene, and more extensive medical supplies. So we're well stocked and we're self-sufficient right now because we have support from all nations. This is, the message over and over again is that the water connects us, and none of us are exempt from that. No one alive is exempt from a responsibility to protect the water, and the people who are here are the ones listening to that call to protect and defend. And yeah, I wasn't supposed to be here this long. I came here for a day, and now it's been 2 weeks, and I'll continue to be here.
It's a feeling that you're just not supposed to leave, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, I know that feeling. I know it very well. Yeah. Is there anything that, any supplies that you'd like to just off the top of your head that you need right away?
For the medical supplies, I think that we have a good influx of stuff, and we're in touch with some really amazing doctors around the country who are lending themselves to this, which is amazing to have folks who are trained at that level. Like, I'm just an EMT. I just got certified earlier this year, but there's established doctors who are backing us with this, and they're helping us out. But as far as the Red Warrior Camp and supporting direct action, there's always things that we need. Like I said, we're in this for the long haul. We need solar showers. We need tactical equipment so that we're able to see where the pipelines are, where the construction's happening. We need night vision goggles. We need walkie-talkies. We need all this tactical equipment because, they've launched an attack on us. They've launched an attack on this land and on our water, and we're going to defend it. And it's not something that it's our obligation. So if there's any folks that can help out with that, I can give you the donation links and all that.
That'd be awesome, and
Yeah.
I'll try to put that on here.
Yeah, that'd be great. And we also need people out here who are experienced with experienced medical personnel. We need people that are familiar with dealing with the litigation and things like this, folks that are able to just add to our resources and to really amplify the voices here. So, it's great that you're out here doing these interviews and sharing it with, your platform that might never reach, that a lot of people here might not have access to. So as long as we keep amplifying each other's voices and making sure that, there's support here, people coming in and physically being here, because what they're trying to do is wait us out. There's supposed to be a ruling on Thursday, and they said it would be announced by the 9th, but it could be announced at any time. So, there's people that come and go because folks have rent to pay, they have kids, they have, sign up for school, all this stuff. And there's a lot of people who have put all that on pause. Like multiple people in our camp have been fired from their jobs because they just stayed here and didn't go back. So it's great to have, folks come out and visit and bring supplies and, bring whatever resources they can, which is the only way we're going to be able to do this. And
Right.
there's so many people that feel it. So it's going to, we're going to keep receiving that support.
I was asked that you, is there anything that you want to say to the American people or to your family?
I don't know.
The American people. Start with them.
Right. I mean, I think there's a lot of misinformation coming out about what this camp is.
That's why I'm here.
Yeah, and it's definitely when you read the articles from the big time papers, it's glossy. It's there's no depth to it, and it's really misinformed. It's just like a spectacle to a lot of people. But just to understand that, if people are coming out here, there's, protocol to follow here. This is native land. It will always be native land, this entire continent. And, to understand that people here is, what we've been saying is, we're protectors. We're not protesters. Like, we protect this place. That's what we were built for. That's our duty. That's what we were born into and what we'll pass on. And so for folks coming out here and for folks, spreading news around and social media to keep in mind that, we're serious about this. This is, a lot of people are putting everything they have into this. And so, to approach it from kind of that standpoint that this is the continuation of, Native people defending this land from the beginning of time. And that's just what we do, and it's what we're going to continue to do.
If I was in Burns, Oregon when Robert Lavoie Fennekom was murdered, and so I know what the feds can do.
Mm-hmm.
I know what they're capable of. And I spoke with local law enforcement yesterday. He wasn't local, but he was brought in by the local law enforcement. And so they're amping up their numbers.
Mm-hmm.
And so if they did come in here and used physical force, do you guys believe that you're ready as the medics to deal with the trauma? You don't have to answer that if you don't want to.
Right. Well, we're constantly having these conversations and preparing ourselves to face that possibility because, in any the track record for the imposing, illegally occupying militant police force that's here by the United States government has proven to be brutal and to be racist and incompetent of fulfilling their duty to protect and serve. So we are...
they're not protecting us.
They're not protecting us. They're for sure protecting and serving the interests of, the oil companies.
Yes.
And all that. So we're fully aware of those possibilities of the mechanisms that they use, the tactics that they use to, disperse crowds. And a lot of our medics do have, street medic training in protest situations where there's tear gas, where there's pepper spray, where there's, all those kinds of
live rounds,
all that stuff. So that's always in the back of our mind. And, we are on high alert constantly. There's not a big police presence here like there was last week, or even we did a rally in Bismarck and there was like 30 cops and like 40 marshals. The numbers were just ridiculous for, a peaceful protest. But that's why I went, is because I do not trust the police force to render aid to civilians. Regardless, I mean, a lot of them don't even have basic medical life support training. And so, that's why we're putting ourselves here, and definitely calling out for more people who, have that kind of training to be here, because it definitely has the potential to escalate to that level if they don't leave. And they've been evicted, they've been asked to leave multiple times, and there's traditional ways for handling people who stay past their welcome. So
well, I've been a witness to it myself, and so that's why I'm here, to put the word out that this is peaceful. And if they come in here, they're going to be massacring. Yeah, I definitely want to get that word out. Anything you want to say to your family?
I think most of my family's here. I think they know what it's about.
They're supportive. That is way cool. That is awesome. A lot of times people don't always get that.
No.
And so that is really very good.
No, yeah, it's really hard for people to snap out of the idea of pursuing the American dream, and the consumerism, the materialism that just pervades this culture. But it's substanceless, and I feel like a lot of the sickness that we see comes from that kind of just people aren't fulfilled living that way, and that's why there's so many people out here, is because we understand, we can't, you can't drink oil, you can't you can't take your possessions. Your ancestors aren't going to care how many possessions you had in the afterlife, or whatever's on the other side. And so that's people's own path to figure out, and all we can do is just stand strong and try to lead by example, and try to fulfill our responsibilities so other people can see that it is possible to step away from just the rat race and dedicate yourself to something that is just our obligation.
Well, this is history in the making.
Yeah.
This is definitely history in the making, and if you don't preserve the water, there's not going to be any of us left. So, yeah. Anything else you'd like to say?
Not right now.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Yeah,
I
thank you.
appreciate it. Rocky out.